Hello and welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, 2026, and we were just coming out of a long weekend here in Canada. So I have I'm a few days behind on solve videos, and on solves. And so the plan is I'm going to try and catch up as I can, but I'm going to do the daily puzzle first, so make sure I can get that out of the way and posted. And then so today, for instance, I'll do Tuesday's puzzle and then try and do Saturdays, which is the first of the ones that I missed. And if I have time to do Sundays today, otherwise I will. Otherwise, I'll do tomorrow's Wednesday tomorrow, and then do Sundays as well tomorrow. We'll see how this goes. I am also missing Monday's puzzle, so apologies for the backlog. Not that I've promised anyone that I would do every day's puzzle, but I had gotten used to it, so I'm going to see what I can do. But for today, we are solving today's puzzle, Tuesday, May 19th, 2026. It's a construction by Brad Wiegmann, apparently his 12th construction for the New York Times and his first Tuesday. And he has apparently only Saturdays to check off his list of accepted New York Times crossword publications before he is considered to have hit for the cycle, constructed a puzzle for every day of the week. So congrats to Brad for getting Tuesday knocked off the list, and it being Tuesday, we'll expect hopefully not too tricky theme, although we do see some groups of sort of outlined cells in the grid, so we'll see what that's all about, and hopefully not too tricky fill as it's early in the week. So let's get going and see what Brad Wiegmann has for us for Tuesday, May 19th. What you eat, probably food, I would imagine. Campfire confection, a s'more. Mama blank of the mamas and the papas, Mama Cass, I think is who we're looking for there. Clearest target is acne. Hawkeye. I'm not sure what we want there. A Hawkeye is someone with really good vision, I guess. A sniper or a scout or something like that. Sound of a horse's hoof, maybe clop or something like that. Cyrillic version of USSR. Oh, right. I don't remember, but I think it does start with CC. So this looks okay here. Let's check these other downs. Well, let's check the across first, actually. Standard musical progression. I wonder what they're looking for there. Fist bump. A jab, so maybe what you eat isn't food. Skating exhibition, yeah, I guess not. What you eat. This looks like an ice something or other. Groups of 9. Okay. Classic falling block game, probably Tetris, what we want there. Whoops. What you eat. Fist bump. Do we want a jab? Then how could this work? I don't know if that's right. What about this? Dry and withered. Do we want sear? And is this an ice show? What is this then? High court judge. Whale groups. Pods of whales. Return sender, maybe in brief. Return sender. That's so sweet reactions. Awes, maybe? Groups of 9. Enneads? What you eat is your diet. So maybe a dab here. This is like Enneatypes or something like that, or something. I don't know. Return sender. Oh, someone who sends your tax return is a CPA. Okay. Chair something? Yeah, Aer Lingus is the official not official, one of the airlines from Ireland. Basic dog command. Sit, maybe? Oh, maybe a dap, not a dab, because this looks like a pentatonic scale or something like that. not exactly a progression in that sense, but I think maybe that's it. It's heard in a herd, a ma from a herd of sheep. Hawkeye. A soccer blunder would be an own goal. What? Oh, maybe a moo, not a ma. A herd of cows then. Hawkeye. Oh, an Iowan. Someone from Hawkeye State. It's the yeah. Okay, fine. Gorp tidbit. It's good old raisins and peanuts. Number added at the end. An encore, a song added at a number meaning a song added at the end of a show is an encore. Let's try that. Bird of the WNBA's Sue Bird, I think. Dinner's ready. Soup's on, you might say. From Nome or Juneau. Those are both places in Alaska. So if you are from Nome or Juneau, you are Alaskan. Joke around is to kid around. Lone Star. We're doing drinks, are we? Pentatonic scale contains tonic and ale. This contains chair and what? Chair umpire? Yeah, in a tennis match, your chair umpire literally sits higher than the court. So we're looking at chai and rum then contained in this. Let's go back here. Lone Star, a soloist, probably. Drops some cash, spends. Joint thing in the Venn diagram of instruments and fish, a bass or a bass, meaning something that would fall in the overlap of the categories of instruments and fish. A bass is an instrument, and bass is a fish. Slowly but surely, the phrase goes. Patty or Selma to Bart Simpson, those are both his aunts. Entourage agent Gold, I don't know. That school whose campus is just off Interstate 405. I'm guessing UCLA. It's usually UCLA in the grid. Sir's counterpart, probably ma'am. Michael of The Man Who Would Be King is Michael Caine, the actor. Semaphore device. A flag. I think semaphore it's a flag language. Football informally, pigskin. Tina, who hosted the debut of Saturday Night Live UK. I didn't know that. Tina Fey, I guess. Atlanta-based network. Is this TBS? So T here. And then basketball or baseball, but not boxing. Team sport. So we have T and port then in here. So tonic is non-alcoholic, and then ale is alcoholic. Chai is non-alcoholic. Rum is alcoholic. Tea is not. Port is. Does that have something to do with it? It's just a coincidence. Not sure. New Zealander, another word for New Zealander is Kiwi. Leaves together. Certainly a wordplay here, but I'm not sure what it wants. Actor Wilson is Owen Wilson, or Luke Wilson, but in this case, Owen. Thankfully, we had the O&W in. Spry, probably agile. Leaves together. A pile of leaves? Is that it? Seems pretty light for wordplay. Frozen dessert franchise. Oh, the country's best yogurt or something like that, right? TCBY, I think. Blank zone. No parking area. Towaway zone, maybe? Yoga stance on all fours. Crab pose? I don't know what it is. Heads of Hogwarts. Heads of Hogwarts. I don't know what we want there. Ick, you, I guess. Cow pose? Heads of Hogwarts. Maybe? Breads for Reuben sandwiches are rye, so that works. Like a gut course. Gut course. Easy? What is a gut course? Grand ice cream brand. I have no idea. Massachusetts locale of Manchester by the Sea. Oh. Massachusetts Cape Cod. I think that's right. Villain in Silence of the Lambs. Hector, right? Or what is his name? Lecter. Hannibal Lecter. Heads of Hogwarts. Lose? Is heads another word for washrooms? I don't know that. I guess easy. Is this Ebby's, the ice cream brand? Sailor informally. Sailor. Don't know. Cafe canopy. Cafe canopy. Canopy. Companion to Fannie and Freddie in the mortgage biz. Fannie Mae, Freddie. I am not that up on my American mortgage companies. Blank Z. Zoomers are Gen Z, I guess. Matching pair on many jets, twin engines. And so here too we have wine and gin. Now wine is alcoholic, so that ruins my pattern. Free-spirited aesthetic. Boho, maybe? Those opposed are no's. Denali, for example, abbreviated as a mountain, I think, is what we want. Nickname for Jeffrey Lebowski in The Big Lebowski, the King? Is that right? Friendship, term of friendship for a French woman. Term of friendship. Mon ami? Is that it? Major unknowns. Big ifs. Yikes, egad. Oh, the dude, of course, yeah. Leak slowly. To seep. Generic canine name Fido. Swiffer wet jet, for example, a mop. Requirement at some... Oh, I get it. Edie's, not Ebby's. Requirement at some comedy clubs or for these clues, the theme clues, is a 2-drink minimum. That's pretty funny. Sailor informally, TCR. Never heard of that. Unless something's off here, which it might be. Is it some other kind of cape? I don't know. Units in a ton, abbreviated. Kilograms? Was introduced to, met. Wrath could be ire. Beau geste. African country, that's another African country minus its final 2 letters. So Niger and Nigeria is what we want there. Is this Ginny? And an awning, a cafe canopy. And then Cape Ann, I guess. So a sailor informally tar. I've never heard of that. Definitely some things in here I didn't know. But the theme, relatively straightforward. A 2-drink minimum requirement at some comedy clubs or for the theme entries here. So in each of the theme entries, we have 2 drinks. Simple as that. I mean, it says minimum, but I don't think there are more than 2 in any of these. At 17 across, standard musical progression, so-called pentatonic scale. I know, yes, I suppose a scale could be called a progression, though that term, at least in musical circles, is usually used for harmony as opposed to a scale being more of a collection of notes. It doesn't necessarily have to go in order, but fine. I mean, easy enough to figure out. High court judge, so we're not looking for a Supreme Court or an appeals court or something like that, but literally a judge at a court, a tennis court, who sits up high, a chair umpire. At 33 across, basketball or baseball, but not boxing, are team sports. Team boxing would be quite difficult to accomplish, I think. And a matching pair on many jets, you have a pair of twin engines, especially on jumbo jets. So a fairly straightforward theme. Taking a look at some of the other clues here. Hawkeye got me for a while. We don't want anything to do with anyone's vision, but in fact, just someone from the Hawkeye state. Haven't seen Sear in the puzzle in a while. That's good. What else in here? We have 2 sort of ice cream things here. The country's best yogurt here, and Eddie's here. Eddie's, I'm not sure. I don't know what the reference to Grand is. Maybe I'll go and look that up. Then we have this thing, Heads of Hogwarts. I'm assuming heads is another like slang for washrooms, toilets, but I've never heard of that before, so I'll have to look that up. I don't know all the different Massachusetts capes. I got caught thinking this was Cape Cod, but it's obviously not. I don't know what a gut course is. Is that, again, just like a sort of a bird course or something like that? I'm not sure. I don't exactly remember what beau geste is. It has something, I think, to do with like chivalric knighthood and stuff like that, but I'm not really sure. The Arthurian legend. But I'll have to look that up as well. Enneads, yeah, groups of 9. I think this is specifically within the context of enneagrams and enneatypes. I've not heard this ENN construction used anywhere else, but maybe they are. I don't know. Yeah, number at the end, we want a musical number here, and lone star, literally a star who is by themselves. Leaves together, fairly straightforward Tuesday wordplay there for just, not for people who are departing together, but just a pile of leaves. And Ginny. These are all nicknames for these mortgage companies. I don't remember which one this is. Anyway, that's a fairly straightforward Tuesday puzzle. Good puzzle by Brad Wiegmann, a clever theme. And I will continue on my bid to catch up on unsolved puzzles. But for now, if you enjoyed this Tuesday puzzle solve, please let me know by leaving me a thumbs up. And if you want to know when I'm posting all those back solves and future solves, do hit the subscribe button so you can get those notifications to you. And we'll see you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Cheers.